Welcome to our IRS TUI demonstration. TUI stands for TestStand User Interface. As you can see, this is a very generic name, and that's exactly what it is. A generic user interface for the National Instruments automation sequencer called TestStand. Of course, you could also run test sequences directly in the TestStand sequence editor, but this is not very practical for users in a production environment. TestStand comes with examples of custom user interfaces. So if you have some programming skills in C, .NET, or LabVIEW, you can try to develop the user interface you need. However, in most cases, you will spend a lot of time and end up with a very simple, modified version of the LabVIEW UI demo that allows you to select, start, and stop the test execution while displaying the execution progress in the tracing window. By the way, if tracing is enabled during execution, the execution speed will slow down drastically. IRS TUI instead gives users a clear user interface out of the box, where they can focus on execution progress while having all relevant information at a glance. When you start TUI, a welcome screen displays a list of test projects. Each test project contains a TestStand sequence, an optional picture, and some additional information and configuration options. This allows you to provide only the relevant tests that you want the operator to see. The project manager provides a list view and an icon view. For machines that only have a single project, this page can also be skipped. Let's select one of the demo projects provided and see what it looks like. TUI has now loaded the project. This page is called Operator View. In the upper left corner you can see the currently loaded project or sequence file and the system status. The lower left corner contains additional information about the project such as description, contact information, and a custom help file. To run the test, press the play button. The demo project requests the number of parallel test sockets. We choose to run 4 UUTs here. The main part of the screen is used to display the currently running UUTs. In case you've never heard the term before, a UUT is simply a unit under test. When multiple UUTs are being tested at the same time, like in this demo, small numbered tabs are added to allow you to switch between test sockets. There is also an alternative grid view for a small number of UUTs. A large icon symbolizes the current status of the UUT, so you always know if it is running, paused, waiting for the next UUT, or see the last execution status such as passed or failed. The status message and a large progress bar let you know which part of the test is currently executing. Detailed text can be added if needed. It will be displayed below the progress bar. To visualize time-consuming sub-tasks, there is also an additional, smaller sub-progress bar. Next to the status area, a list of values can be displayed for each UUT. Serial number and part number are recognized automatically from the process model. The rest of the list can be filled dynamically with any information. A similar set of information, but in station context, is located in the center top of the screen. Use it for global values that do not refer to UUTs like system information, temperature, etc. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words, so you can also send arbitrary images for each UUT. Use it for product pictures or to explain currently performed actions. You can even use dynamically created files in different graphic formats. In the lower right corner you will see a summary of the last executions of all test sockets, including execution time, part number, serial number, and result. Statistic counters for the current session and an additional long-term counter are visible at the bottom center of the page. Both counters can be reset by the user if desired. Counters are persistent, meaning they retain their values even if the TUI is restarted. At the bottom you can also see the history bar. Each element represents a completed execution. So you can see at a glance if the last executions failed or errors occurred. If you do not need the statistical charts or the history bar, You can of course also disable them to minimize the amount of information or irritation for the operator. You have now become familiar with the most important functions of the operator view. Be sure to check out the second part, which explains the second face of TUI, the expert view. Here is a short preview. You can download a fully functional, 60-day test version of TUI at the IRS homepage. Registration is not required. TUI is available for 32 and 64-bit TestStand and works with every TestStand version since 2013. Thanks for watching.